Okay, hello everybody. It's nice to meet you all. My name is Sarah and I'm going to be your yoga teacher this evening. I'm going to invite everybody to sit down so we can have a little chat. So coming onto your yoga mat, finding a comfortable seat, whatever feels good. So has anybody ever heard of yoga before? Heard of? Yeah? Okay. Has anybody here ever practiced yoga before? No, nobody. Oh my goodness. Okay, very good. I have a question for you. Does anybody know where yoga comes from? What country? I'll give you a hint. It's in Asia. Any ideas? Oh, good job. It comes from India, okay? So for today's class, I'm going to be using English words to explain all of the poses that we're doing. And you'll notice that the English words for the poses, a lot of them are animal names. So you might look a little bit funny. There might be a little bit of giggling. That's all okay. Don't worry. What I will say though is yoga is an ancient and sacred practice. So we're going to respect the practice for what it is. But at the same time, let's not take it too seriously. Okay, it's just a bit of yoga, just a bit of movement. So yoga is from India. So a lot of the words for yoga poses are in the ancient Indian language, Sanskrit. So I'll be saying some things like that, but I will be saying the English words as well so we can understand a little bit better. Okay, so today's class, we're first going to start off with a taster of some quite traditional yoga, some yoga movements, but then we're going to do a little bit more fun things, like we're going to be walking around like animals, and we're also going to do a little bit of partner yoga. So hopefully that'll be a bit fun. We start off our class lying down just to relax ourselves, but I know people here are playing lots of sports and people have a lot of energy in their bodies. So we're going to do a little body scan, and it's called progressive relaxation, which is where we're going to maybe squeeze our different parts of our body to then relax them a little bit more. So that'll help us relax. And we start and end the class the same way, which is lying down. So whenever you're ready, I'll invite you to lie down, coming into a comfortable position. Some people might like to extend their legs all the way out. That might be comfortable in your body. Some people might like to keep their feet flat on the ground and their knees pointing up into the air. This is called constructive rest. And both are perfect options, or any other way you'd like to start off your class lying down. And maybe if it's comfortable for you, you could close your eyes. Or if not, maybe just looking up at the ceiling and seeing some shapes that you can see in the wood of the ceiling. And moving as much as you need to here. We don't need to come to complete stillness. We can adjust as much as possible. You'll notice that I'll be inviting you to listen to your body as we're moving through the different poses, which are called asana. But making sure here as well, even when we're lying down, listen to your body. If your arm wants to move, let it move. If your leg wants to move, let it move. Taking whatever feels comfortable for you. And we're going to start off by scanning through our body, and we're going to start this off at the back of our head. So everybody's lying down. So noticing the back of your head against the yoga mat. Maybe you'd like to start moving your head from side to side and see how that feels. Fantastic. Or maybe you want to stay in stillness. It's up to you completely, however it is that feels better for you. Whenever that feels complete, coming back to center. And I'm going to invite you to bring your attention to your forehead. And here, maybe your forehead is a little bit scrunched up, maybe not. But what I'm going to invite you to do is squeeze your forehead. So really, really squeeze your forehead together as if you're angry or cross or worried or confused. Really, really squeeze it. And then release. Fantastic. Same thing with our eyebrows. Can you squeeze your brows together? Furrow your brow. You're confused or worried or angry. Squeeze those eyebrows together and then release. Fantastic. I love hearing your breath. Next is the eyes. Can you squeeze your eyelids shut? so that no light from outside is getting in. Squeeze, 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 and release. And here, moving down towards our jaw. How's your jaw feeling? Maybe you want to open and close your mouth. Maybe you want to move it from side to side. Take some sort of a circle almost with your jaw. Fantastic. Now bringing our attention to our neck, and like our head, maybe you want to start to move your neck, your head side to side. Fantastic. And now noticing your shoulders. So our shoulders are against the mat, but maybe seeing what it's like to squeeze your shoulders up towards your ears. And that can be really, really tense because you're against a mat. And then let it go, relax it down. Fantastic. Noticing your upper arms. Can you squeeze all of the muscles in your upper arms, your biceps, your triceps? Really squeeze, squeeze, squeeze those muscles, and then release. Then traveling down through the elbows. Maybe you want to bend and straighten your elbows. Down to the wrists. Maybe you want to take circles in your wrists. Your fingers, maybe you want to move them. And then I'm going to invite you to make a fist and squeeze your fists. Really, really squeeze. Feel that all the way up your arms, all the way into your chest, your upper back, and then let it go. Amazing. Well done. Coming to our chest now, just being aware of it. The upper back, your rib cage, your low back. How does your low back feel against the mat? Maybe you want to take a little sway if you can. I don't know how much you can do lying down, but see what feels good. And now coming towards our core. Can you connect to your core, your abdomen muscles? Squeeze, 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 and then release. Fantastic. Now down through the hips into the glutes. Can you squeeze your glutes and release? Fantastic. Down into the quads. Can you squeeze your quads and release? Down through the knees, the shins, into the calves. Can you squeeze your calves and release? Down to the ankles. If your legs are out straight, you might want to take little circles with your ankles. Or you may want to point your toes to the sky and flatten them back down again. If you're in that constructive rest, maybe lifting the heels, moving your toes. Fantastic. So we've scanned through lots of different parts of our body from head to toe. So now I'm going to invite you to squeeze everything in together. So making those fists, squeeze your toes, your calves, your quads, your glutes, your core, squeeze your entire face, everything, squeeze, 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 and release. Fantastic. And let's just take a moment here, maybe spending 2 breaths in stillness. Fantastic. And now that we're focusing on our breathing, I'm going to introduce you to one of my favorite breath practices. So in yoga, we do something called pranayama. Prana meaning life force, because we wouldn't exist without our breath. So one of my favorite breaths to do is called the square breath. And why I really like it is that I can often get very anxious or worried or stressed out, which as teenagers, I know there's lots of stress with studying and different things. So this is one of my favorite breaths because I can't actually think while I'm doing this breath because I have to count. So it's a counted breath. So we'll inhale for a count of 4. We'll pause or hold that breath for a count of 4. We'll exhale for a count of 4 and hold again for a count of 4. And we'll do that a few rounds. I'm going to guide you through the first 3 rounds just so that you can feel how it feels into it. But everybody breathes differently. So after those 3 rounds, I'm going to invite you to practice the breath yourself at your own count. And you can change the number if you feel like it. Before we do that though, it can be stressful to try and align with me. So let's take 3 breaths together first so that we're all on the same pace. So whenever you're ready, take an inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And this time through the nose only. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And now we'll start. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale at your own pace now, holding at your own pace. Exhaling at your own pace and holding again at your own pace. And just working off a number that feels good for you. Or it might be that this breath doesn't feel good in your body, and that's okay. I won't know if you're doing it or not, so just let it go and come back to your natural breathing rhythm if it doesn't feel good for you. If it does feel good, I'm going to invite you to maybe take 2 more full rounds of this breath. And again, you can count at whatever number feels good for you. Fantastic. Well done, everybody. Whenever it is that those 2 rounds feel complete, maybe you've completed them long ago, we'll just return to how we usually breathe. And whenever you're ready, being really gentle with yourself, because we've been lying down for a good few minutes now, so be really gentle with your body. We're going to start bringing some movement in, so maybe into your fingers, your toes, your wrists, your ankles, whatever it is that feels good. And I'll invite you, if it feels good, to maybe hug your knees into your chest. Cool. And maybe you want to rock from side to side. Maybe you want to start rocking up and down along your spine. And in the next few moments, I'm going to invite you to come sit with me. So maybe some people might want to rock up and down your spine until you get to a seat. That's one thing that I really like to do. Fantastic. And we're not rushing. We'll take our time and we'll find our way there. Cool. Welcome. How are we all feeling? Good? Super. Okay, so I'm going to invite you to have a nice tall spine, okay? So we're trying to get the top of our head towards the ceiling. So nice tall spine. Now, our spine has movement in it, okay? It's not completely straight, but when we're moving into different positions, I'll say this tall spine or neutral spine, okay? Cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to move our spine 4 ways to warm it up. So I'm going to invite you to take a deep breath in and raise your arms up, and we're going to really gently come into a slight back bend. So maybe looking back, looking at the furthest point you can see on the ceiling. And then from here, rounding your spine and coming forward, and only coming as far forward as feels good, wherever your hands reach. And that's going to be different for everybody. So don't worry. There's nowhere to go to. There's no right or wrong here. Let's come back up, reaching those arms up and taking a back bend. And maybe this time you see further back, maybe you see to the same place. It really doesn't matter. And coming forward again. Maybe your hands might go a little bit further this time, maybe not. Again, there's no right or wrong here. Cool, let's take that one more time, reaching up and back. And coming forward again. Cool, just to warm up our spine, because our spine is so important to us. So in our movement, our spine is going to be important in all of the asanas. So just to warm it up. Fantastic. Whenever you're ready, coming back to that nice tall spine. We've brought our spine in 2 ways. We're going to bring it in 2 more different ways. So the first one is we're going to bring our hand beside us, and you'll notice I don't know my lefts and rights at all. So I'll say one hand and the other. So if we wave at the person beside us or hit into the person beside us, it's all good. Okay, so extending the other arm up, and then just trying to bend from that side, reaching over. Fantastic. Super. And whenever it feels good, coming back to center, we'll swap it to the other side. Finding that length all the way up your side body. We're not rounding forward. Fantastic. Take it to the first side one more time. Amazing. And the second side, whenever you're ready. Cool. And we have one more direction to move our spine in. So I like to take my 2 hands in front of me. I'll swap one hand to the opposite knee. And then with this other palm, I'm going to draw a rainbow to look behind me to take a little twist. And only coming as far as feels good again. That spine is nice and tall, but just with a little twist in it. And you can look wherever feels good, making sure that that neck is not uncomfortable. Fantastic. Coming back to center. Let's take it to the other side. Draw that rainbow. Well done. Fantastic. And coming back to center. Cool. Well done, everybody. You're doing fantastic for people who've never done yoga before. We're going to now start to warm up our wrists, because you'll notice in a lot of yoga poses, we're going to be on our hands. And I personally have very weak wrists, so it's important for me to warm up my wrists. So we've taken it in one direction because you already started copying me straight away. So let's take it in the other direction. Fantastic. Well done, everybody. And now we're going to pretend that we're squeezing lemons. So squeeze your lemons or whatever other fruit that you like up really high and around. And this way I'm sneakily warming up our shoulders as well. And whenever you're ready, pause and then take your lemons or limes or whatever other fruit it is in the other direction. Cool. Well done. And then the last thing we're going to do is we've just washed our hands, so we're flicking water off them. Amazing. Well done. Cool. And from here, we are going to find our way to our all fours, and a bit of a challenge that you can try here. It might not work in everybody's body, but all of our bodies are different. You can see if you can try to roll over your knees to come to your all fours. That's a challenge that you might be able to take and see what it's like, and you can keep practicing it. And if we don't get there today, that's all good. Cool. So we are on our all fours now. This is called tabletop, and you might not be used to being in this position, but that is okay. So if there's any giggles or anything like that, don't worry, we're only having a play. It's only yoga. Okay, so our hands are kind of underneath our shoulders, just wherever you feel really strong. Notice, are your knees really close together? Maybe would you feel more stable if you moved them apart? Or maybe are they too far apart from each other? Do you want to move them in a little bit closer together? And really press into your feet here. And then we're going to come into the first of many animal named poses, which is cat-cow. So first we're going to start to roll our spine up towards the ceiling as if you're an angry cat. Fantastic. Well done, everybody. And then we're going to take our spine in the other direction so that our belly starts to point towards the mat and look forward. And this is called cow. Well done. And then we're going to move between these two poses. Fantastic. And I know it's a little bit strange, but don't worry. It's just a bit of fun. Well done. Let's take one more cat and one more cow. And whenever you're ready, I want you to find your tall spine again, but in your all fours position. So find that nice tall spine. And we're going to do another animal named pose, which is called bird dog. So bird dog works in opposites. So first pick whichever leg that you're going to start with. We're going to send that leg behind us. And I need to move forward because I'm kicking the wall. Send that leg behind us. Find our balance here. And then if you feel ready to, maybe lifting the opposite arm and sending it in front of you. Fantastic, everybody. You're so strong. From here, maybe we bend the knee to the elbow underneath us. Super. And if we fall, it's okay. We'll pick it back up and extend back out. Fantastic. Maybe one more time. Cool. Fantastic. And then when we extend back out, maybe if you're feeling really strong today, we'll take a balance. Can you bend your knee and can you lift your arm up and reach towards your foot? Now, we might not grab our foot. That's perfect. You see, I'm not grabbing my foot. So just finding what feels good. Well done. And release it back down.
No competition.
No competition. And from here, we're going to send our hips back to our heels and bring our hands forward into what is called child's pose or hare pose. And this is just a restful pose that we can come to at any point during the practice. Again, it might feel a bit weird if you've never done it before, but just finding what feels good for you. Fantastic. And we have two sides of our bodies, guys. So in yoga, everything we do on one side, we're going to do on the other, so you don't leave here feeling uneven. So if I was teaching an actual class, I'd do the other side, but you can be lopsided, lads. Because this isn't an actual teenage class. So what we're going to, it's actually not. So what we're going to do is we're going to find our way forward to our belly and relax down there. And just pretend you've done it at the other side and you're absolutely wrecked, okay? Fantastic. And guys, to relax even further, I'm going to invite you to maybe bring your hands beside your body so that it's not up in front of you, beside your body so that your shoulders start to relax down. For some people, it might feel good to put their forehead on the mat. Some people might like to turn their head in one direction. That's perfect. You can turn it into the other direction whenever we've finished this pose. And this next pose is, would you believe it, another animal name. This one is called Cobra. So for my version of Cobra, I like to really, really press into my feet. So before you do anything with your upper body, really press into your feet, the tops of your feet. And can you find that engagement all the way up through those calf muscles, through the quads, muggles, through the glutes, into your low back muscles and your core. And then and only then will we bring our hands either side of our chest and using all that strength, lift just slightly up into our Cobra. Fantastic. And releasing it back down. Maybe sigh it out. Maybe bring your hands either side of your body again. Fantastic. Well done, everybody. From here, let's take it one more time. So really pressing into the feet, then finding all of that engagement all the way up your legs into your core. Bring your hands either side of you, and maybe this time you come a little bit higher, maybe not, whatever feels good. Fantastic. Maybe we turn our head from side to side, have a little bit of a movement here, and then release it all the way down. Well done. Fantastic. Release it all the way down so those hands come beside us, or maybe cradling our head, whatever feels good. We are going to do this one more time in our Cobra, but we're going to change it a little bit this time to really make sure we're using our muscles. So pressing into the feet, but this time you can either leave your hands back behind you and lift them and not use them at all, or you can bring them back to where they were but hover them off the mat. And then with all that strength, can you lift up without your arms? Well done, fantastic. And because we're so good, maybe we want to come into a locust and lift our legs as well. Hey, well done, everybody. You're fantastic. Okay, and releasing it back down. Fantastic. From here, we're going to find our way back up to that 4-point kneel position, taking your time to get there. And then yet another animal name, we're going to come into something called downward facing dog. So maybe in your body, you might want to bring your hands a little bit further apart from each other. You'll notice whenever it is that you get into your dog, we're going to curl our toes under, send our hips back towards our heels, and then start to lift your hips up into the air. And we can really keep our knees bent here because we want to find length through our spine, that tall spine that we had earlier. So it doesn't matter if our knees are bent or if our legs are straight. And one of my favorite things to do here is take my dog for a walk. And by that I mean bending into one knee deeply and then the other. Fantastic. Walking out the dog. Fantastic. And because we're so strong here, maybe we bring your big toes a little bit closer together, and then we'll pick one leg and start lifting it up into the air. This is called three-legged dog. Fantastic. Allowing that to come all the way back down. And let's take the other leg up into the air. Three-legged dog. Fantastic. From here, let's come back down onto our knees. Into our all fours. Amazing. Well done, guys. Okay, from here we're going to step one of our feet forward. Fantastic. And see how it feels to be here. Well done. Cool. If you feel nice and strong, maybe you want to press into those feet and start to lift your upper body up. You can bring your arms with you or not. Fantastic. We're so strong. If we're feeling really strong, maybe you want to curl the back toes under and lift that leg up. Ooh, well done. Fantastic. And if I was in a real yoga class, I'd do it on both sides. But from here, what I would do is I'd invite them to bend into their knees. And if we're feeling really strong, maybe taking a couple of steps, but we're going to try and find our way up to standing. Woo, well done. Fantastic, everybody. And let's take a breath here. Maybe close your eyes. Maybe sway the body. And one of my favorite breaths to do is called the lion's breath. And from here, how we do that is take a big, deep breath in through your nose. And when we breathe out, we'll stick our tongue out. Amazing. Let's try it again. Deep breath in. And well done. And one more time. Deep breath in. And superstars. Well done, guys. Okay. In my actual class, I'd do a sun salutation, but I think lots of people know how a sun salutation goes anyway. So I'm going to skip that in this one and go straight into the warrior sequence. So we'll come to the top of our mat or somewhere that we have space to step behind us. Fantastic. I'm going to come to the side, actually. And we're going to take one big step back. Okay? Cool. Fantastic. Try and keep a bend in your front knee. So the front knee is maybe somewhat over the front ankle. Maybe not. Find whatever feels strong in your body. And the back leg, while it's straight, it's not completely straight. So our knee isn't locked out. So keep it a little bit bent. Maybe take a little bounce to feel that. Cool. And from here, we're going to take our warrior one. So from here, raising the arms up overhead. Fantastic. And that's warrior one. And to make it a little bit more interesting, we're going to take eagle arms in our warrior one. So eagle arms are bringing our hands in front of us. We'll put one elbow on top of the other. Cool. And if it feels good, maybe putting your hands to your shoulders. And this is where we can stay if that feels enough for us today. Maybe you can reach the backs of the palms, the backs of the hands together, or maybe you can reach your palms together. But I'm going to stick with my hands on my shoulders here. Fantastic. And from here, let's take a little bit of a back bend again, like we did earlier. And now we have to be really, really strong with our legs. Can you start to come forward into what we call humble warrior? Well done, everybody. You're so strong. Fantastic. Really, really strong legs. Really connect to your core to push into that front leg to bring us back up. And unravel. And step the feet together. And shake it all out. Fantastic. Well done. In a real class, we do that on both sides. We're not doing that today. We're going to come into our warrior two. So you guys, if you step back with your whatever leg you didn't use the last time. Cool. What if you can remember? No idea. Fantastic. So again, guys, here, our knee is nice and bent. For me in my body to come into warrior 2, I change my back foot position, but everybody is different. So for my warrior 1, my foot is more like this. For my warrior 2, my foot is more like this. But that's just for me. Okay, and from here, I want you to bring your hands to your heart and then see if you can grow your arms out from here. So really, really slowly, grow your arms out. Amazing, well done. And this is warrior 2. From here, can you turn your front palm towards the ceiling? And we're gonna send it up while we send the other hand back. This is called peaceful warrior. Well done. Then bend into that front elbow, start to bring it towards that front leg. And then the other arm can come up or overhead. This is called side angle. Cool, and can we start to move between those 3 poses? Back to peaceful warrior, warrior 2, side angle. And then I'm gonna invite you to get a beach ball. Hold a big beach ball in your hands. And we're gonna move our beach ball around. We're gonna play a game here. So you're gonna move your body in a really weird way. So trying to move your body into a position it's never been in before. Going back and forth. And our game is going to be that you're gonna move around, and whenever I say stop, you have to stop exactly where you are. So stop. Cool. And can you change direction and move back in a different way? Fantastic. Keep moving. Make it weirder. Come on, guys. Try and be weird as possible. Fantastic. Oh, Laura, I love how weird you're being. Well done. Good job. And stop. Keep going. Well done. So strong. One more time. Stop. And keep going. Well done. Come back to your warrior 2 whenever you're ready. Amazing. And we'll step our feet together and really shake it out. And again, we'd do that on the other side if it was a real class, but it's not. Cool. So the last of our traditional yoga poses that we're going to do is our balance. And it's actually 3 poses in one. So has anybody here ever seen the movie Karate Kid? Yeah. So this is what this pose is named after. So it's a moving balance, okay? And again, I don't know my lefts from my right, so choose one leg, okay? Choose whichever leg. And, excuse me, I forgot something actually. Before we do our balance, we need to prep our feet. We prepped our wrists, so we need to prep our feet. So can you come up onto your tiptoes? And back onto your heels. Ooh, can you come to the outer arches of your feet? What about the inner arches? Can you come back onto those tiptoes and can you walk up and down your yoga mat? Well done. Cool, change it to the heels and see what it's like to walk up and down that yoga mat. Fantastic. Okay, what about the outer arches? You're like a penguin. And the inner arches, you're like a different penguin. Cool, and then whenever you're ready, come back to center and maybe we'll start to circle out our wrists, our ankles, excusez-moi, in one direction and the other. Maybe you come onto the fronts of your toes. Cool, and then the other ankle, do the same thing. Fantastic. And now we're ready to come to our balance. So decide which leg we're going to balance on. And all we're going to do is just gently lift the other leg up in front of us. And this is Karate Kid. So let's get our Karate Kid hands and let's chop, chop, chop and kick, kick, kick. Ah, amazing. Well done, guys. Okay, from here, we are going to slowly start to move back, keeping our knee bent. So this is Moonwalker, like Neil Armstrong. Cool. And then you're coming back into your Karate Kid. Come forward again. Super. And let's start to come back again. Neil Armstrong or Buzz Aldrin or whoever. Coming forward again. Fantastic. You guys keep moving. I'm going to turn so that you can see me. Coming forward. And then maybe at some point, you might want to extend your leg all the way back and bring your arms forward. And this is our warrior 3. We did 3 different warriors today. Well done. Fantastic. And moving forward and back as much as you want to, or maybe you want to stay there. Playing with the Karate Kid, the Moonwalker, and the Warrior 3. Cool, and if we drop it, we'll just pick it back up again. It's all good, it's just yoga. Fantastic. And whenever it is that you feel good on that side, we're gonna not do the other side. You can do it later, lads. It's not a real class. Okay, and now it's time for our animal walks. So if you want to join me, you can, but otherwise I'll invite you to sit down and I'll just demonstrate what I would get the kids to do. So what I would get them to do is I get them to line up all together and I demonstrate first. So the first animal walk that we're going to do is a gorilla walk. So gorilla walk, we are going to bring our hands in front of us and jump our feet to our hands. So do that all the way across until you get to the end and then all the way back. Then the next one I'd get them to do, I'm just going to move this out of the way. Next one I'd get them to do would be a bear walk, and we'd move one side of our body at a time. So it's like a downward dog, but I can only move one side of my body at a time. And so on. And then I'm just checking there. Oh, the next one is the monkey. So you'd need a lot of space here and warn the kids as well. So we go hand, hand, foot, foot. Hand, hand, foot, foot. All the way across. And then the last one I get them to do before we go into our pair work is a wheelbarrow. So we all did wheelbarrows when we were kids. So one person in a plank, the other person holding, and you can race across the room. So that's the animal walk portion. And now I'm gonna, to have that experience. Perfect. Okay. The mats are perfect because you walk over them. Okay. So, right, everybody lining up. You're too far away, so come a little bit forward and stop there. Yeah, because I think then, yeah, in a straight line. Yeah. So, yeah, for the monkey one, you have to. But anyway, perfect. So, guys, I'm going to invite you to do our first animal walk, which watch me first and then you can copy. It's called a gorilla walk. We're going to bend our knees, bring our hands in front of us, and jump our feet to our hands until you get to me. Off you go. Hey, good job. Woo, well done. Fantastic. Well done, guys. Woo. Okay, now let's do the next one. So our next one, if you'll come a little bit forward just so that you can be seen.
I think to men we do 2 lines. Just
2 lines, stagger.
Oh, yeah, stagger.
So, yeah, perfect. So we did gorilla. So the next one is bear. So we're in our position like our downward dog, but you can only move one side of your body at a time. So arm and leg, arm and leg, arm and leg, arm and leg. Off you go until you get to me. Well done. Good job. Rawr. Rawr. Okay, well done. Forward, fantastic. Okay, the next one is our monkey walk. So this one we need a lot of space for. Be careful, be mindful of the people around you as well. Okay, so yeah, maybe do it in 2s. So we go hand, hand, then foot, foot. So hand, hand, foot, foot. Hand, hand, foot, foot. Hand, hand, foot, foot. Off you go. That one's hard to figure out in your body. Good job. So, other hand first, Laura. Hand, hand, foot, foot. Good job. Exactly, Laura. Well done. Good job, Lisa. Yes, Jennifer. Yes, well done, Kate. Dorota, good job. Well done, and well done, Lindsay, as well. Woo! Good job. Okay. Let's all give each other a round of applause. Okay. Next one, if somebody wants to try it with me, is our wheelbarrow. So do you want to be the front or the back? Perfect. Okay. So I'll take one leg at a time. I've got one leg and the other, and let's go. Walk, walk, walk. Fantastic. Hey. And you can pair up if you'd like and do that. So Lindsay, maybe you can swap. Yeah, so really strong cores here, guys. Strong core, strong core, strong core. Strong core. Jennifer, strong core. Fantastic. It's really tricky. Well done. Strong core. It's really tricky. Core, core, core. More core, Dorota. Well done. And at this stage, that's what happens to me when I do it as well, Dorota. At this stage, I'd invite the kids to swap over so that everybody does both roles, so that nobody is, feeling left out or anything like that. And if you have an uneven number, all I did was that in a three, one person takes one leg, one person takes the other leg, and then you swap it over 3 times instead. Okay, so that's all of our animal walks. Then I'd invite the students to pair up and find one mat per pair. So will we do that, or will I just show?
So let's pause as every 6 seconds. And now we'll demonstrate each one individually, and then we'll see how it goes. It's just a thing that
perfect.
Each feel in your body.
Yeah,
we don't need to.
And it's fun as well. Okay, right. Okay, so I need a partner, somebody to help demonstrate with me. Who would like to demonstrate? Perfect. Thank you, Jennifer. So we've just done the wheelbarrow walking. So what I would do is I'd invite the children to stay with that same partner, because they've already built that trust from doing that one. And then before we get going, I'd make sure to tell them that communication is really important with partner work. Okay, so the first one that we're going to do, Jennifer, is a standing pose. And it's really important, everybody, that when we are doing partner poses and balancing off each other's arms, we don't hold each other's hands, because your hands get sweaty and you can slip. So we hold each other by the wrists like this, so that it's nice and strong. So one person, and that person is going to be me just for demonstration purposes, is going to cross their arms, and you keep your arms straight. Okay. We hold on to each other, walk ourselves a little bit closer together, and all that we're going to do is lean back, and we're just going to trust each other. So lean back, and trust me, I've got you, and I know that you've got me. Super. Cool. Cool. How are you feeling? Good. So now we're going to open up one arm each. So I'm going to squeeze this arm, and we're going to see what it's like to open one arm out. Cool. And come back together. And let's get strong and do it on the other side. Ta-da! And come back together. And then we'll bend our elbows and pull each other up. Nice. Cool.
Can I just comment and notice that you noticed in the beginning how nervous you were, and then spending maybe a little bit of time to get that trust, because you had that even relaxed into it by the time you then opened, and then you actually start to smile. You can feel the trust actually building.
So that's
that time
important. And that's why it's important that whenever we are doing the animal walks, that wheelbarrow one is not as much, you don't need as much trust with that one, because you kind of have your own, you don't need to rely on the other person as much, because you know that you can just land on your knees. So that's why I get them to do that one first, and then come into these ones when they're balancing off each other, because they need to have the trust. And that's why we start off with this one, because it's kind of the most easy one to trust somebody with, because you know you're not going to hurt yourself.
So I reset my feet. How was that for you?
That was perfect. Yeah. So then that's why I keep saying to the kids that it's all about communication, that you need to tell the other person how you're feeling, and that you can adjust as much as you need to. So from this one then, after everybody's had their turn, we would, and if it was in threes again, just swap around and make sure that all the kids have enough time to get a turn. We'll take the exact same starting point. So I'll cross my arms, you stay as you are. And we're gonna lean back first. So what we did already, fantastic. And then we're gonna start squatting. So squat, 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 squat. Just come as far as you feel good. Keep pulling against me. Yeah, I've got you. Cool. And then again here, we can open out if you feel like it. So squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Ah. And back in. And the other side. Fantastic. And then we'll start to stand and pull each other in.
Great.
Fantastic. So that's the next one. The one I'd do after that then is back to back. So we both need to sit down and back to back as much as possible. And I'd tell the kids, I'm just going to take this off in case it hurts you, Jennifer. Tell the kids to bring their feet as close to their body as possible. So that means you too, Jennifer. Fantastic. And then we're going to interlace our elbows. Fantastic. And again, communication is so important. So we're going to really, really push off each other. Push, push, push. And then I'll count down and we'll try to stand up. Okay, push, push, push. And then 3, 2, 1, let's try to stand. Hey! Well done. Super. So again, communication is really important there as well, so that they're pushing against each other and doing the countdown. Okay.
Yeah, just gonna take a pause before you do anything else, because that is probably, they're the ones that everybody can do.
Yeah.
You know, and people may not go any further.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So these are the ones that I'd always start off with, and then you can layer and add more if you feel that the kids in front of you are able to. So the next one that I would show them is a double dog. So because we've already done downward facing dog a few times in the class, I'd explain to the kids we've done it. So they've already got it in their body, they know how to do it. And again, I would have done sun salutations, so dog would be part of that. So one person comes into a downward facing dog and makes sure that they feel really, really strong. And then what's really important is that when the other person is coming up, it's onto the bones, so onto the small of their back there. And again, communication is really, really important. So if somebody is, Laura, are you going to do double dog with me? Fantastic. Okay, I'm ready. So whenever you're ready, you can start to step up onto me. Taking your time. Up a little bit higher. Up a little bit higher. Thank you. That's perfect.
Okay, I'm going up the second leg.
Fantastic. And that's it. Yeah, that's perfect. So well done. Whenever you're ready, you can come back down.
Just when you're in this position, what is your sensation?
I feel completely light, so I don't feel any of your weight on top of me at all. I can feel the pressure of your feet on my low back, but you have all of your weight. So it's it looks intimidating, but it's actually no more difficult than a normal downward facing dog for me. For you, it's a little bit more difficult, I'd say.
For the person in my position, you need upper body strength, because this is basically, you have to do plank in the class before, and to make sure they're strong enough to do plank.
Yeah.
And then the second thing is that this person has to be able to come down.
Yeah.
So they need to have the flexibility
Yeah.
to come down
Safely.
without knocking everybody over.
Yeah.
You want to wait till the very end of their strength.
Of their strength.
Yes. That's it.
So it's actually, do you want to stand and do dog against the wall for a second?
Yeah.
So if
Not
you-
on. Well, I do.
Yeah. So in terms of if you've often done dog against the wall, I'm going to put my hands in your
Yeah.
okay?
Perfect.
Having this traction, where you tilt, hold them at the pelvis and just tilt them back, can be a really nice traction. Have you experienced that?
No, never.
No.
Cool.
We do a lot.
No.
And then release. So is that,
That
kind
was-
of a similar sensation to what you're getting down below? It's
Yeah, that was
So
lovely.
The person in dog,
Oh,
they're getting
sorry.
this beautiful, I'm getting hands on you,
Yeah, of
this
course.
beautiful traction where they're actually, we're putting pressure here, which is allowing this whole length through the spine, which is really nice. So actually the person in down dog is not the person, they're the person that looks like they're having the experience.
Yeah.
It's the other person that you need to be more careful of.
Yeah.
Because the other person that needs the upper body strength, the other person that needs to get up and get down without collapsing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I would put them in threes for that.
Yes.
So that
Yeah.
they have always got, and that they have felt the person that they actually, everybody puts their hands, if everybody now does it, put your hand
at your pelvis, like feel where the bone is. So
Mhm.
not your waist.
Yeah.
If you think of where your waist is, go from the tops of your waist around. It's there down. That's where
Yeah.
the bone, the foot, the weight is going into the bone, not the back, not the legs,
It's the
actually
bone.
on the pelvis.
Yeah. And what you'll notice actually a lot of kids doing is that they won't have their toes tucked onto the other person's pelvis. What they'll do is they'll flatten their feet and hang them over, and that's obviously very unstable. So to explain to them that it's like downward facing dog on the floor. It's not flat on the top of your foot, it's curl the toes under.
And this is where the foot is actually
Yeah.
on this, not on the spine, not on the center of the spine, but actually on this, which is very stable.
Yeah.
And gives this lovely traction for the person underneath.
Mm-hmm.
And the person who's doing the spotting has to be really ready to support them. Anybody else want to go up or go down? And Sarah go up.
I do it. I'm not sure about my upper body strength.
Yes, if
I
you
can
do
go
that,
I
you
can
do
go
the
up
down
onto
dog.
you.
You do
Well,
down
that
dog.
might be a good one to say, because I want to have flexibility to get up,
Yeah, so I can go up onto you.
to demonstrate not having the flexibility that Laura had. Maybe to
Ah, oh yes, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. Grand. So let me find my dog first. And I would always say as well to the kids to bend their knees even more than they think they need to, just because that gives the kind of, for the person on the bottom, they feel a little bit more confident, I would say. Exactly.
Walk your legs back. So you're wide legs, and walk back, and then put your hands somewhere in front of our hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your hands are going in front of my hands.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now,
Yeah.
which leg do you want to raise first?
Probably my right.
So really
Perfect.
make weight into that leg, and
Yeah.
then this is going up to, how's that, Sarah?
That's perfect. Yeah, there.
So there. So now you press it into your hands to lift.
Lisa, you might be a bit wide though. Put it a little bit closer to the small of my back.
No, you're doing exactly what she said. You're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tuck your toes.
Tuck your toes. Super. There. That's
Now walk in if you can. Lisa, if you're happy there, so you're in time. No, that's me. See how the orientation she's already.
yeah.
So are you there?
Am I coming into
That's
dog?
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More towards me.
Beautiful. How is that for you, Lisa? Now tell me when you're ready to come down. Just remember you're coming before you
Yeah.
need to come.
My
So,
knees
which
feel
leg
locked.
is-
My knees are locked.
That's okay.
Okay.
Soften slightly. That's perfect. It's those. Now, which leg is coming down? One leg at a time. This leg is I'm going to take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. And then the other.
Yeah. And then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's strong.
And it's strong on the wrists. Yeah.
And also to remember that the person upside down has no idea which way is up, which way is down. So that was a mistake for me to ask you which leg, because I wanted to let her dominant leg. That created confusion. I should have just held her with her hip and said, take this leg down, and actually given her that physical feedback that she knows which leg to move,
Yeah.
because she's just trying to figure it out in her head.
And what I actually what I should have said at the start, but forgot to say, is that any acro yoga, even if it's the more simpler ones, what you'd say at the start, that there's the ground rule that if anybody wants to come out of the pose ever, you just say stop, and then everybody knows to come out of the pose. Because even for the person on the bottom or whatever, somebody might want to come out of the pose, they don't feel strong anymore, so stop, and then make your way out of it. Yeah. Cool. And the last one that I would have taught with kids who seemed really, really into it would be the airplane. So will I demonstrate that as well? Or, okay. And actually I just thought of the plank one, what I did but didn't have in my plan, and that's why I forgot today. One thing that you can do is that when they come into their pairs, before they do that down dog one person comes into a plank and the other person tries to push them out of their plank to just find that strength, so that to literally push and knock you over. So you test each other's planks before you come into that, so that they can feel, that they're strong enough to.
Within limits.
Yeah, just give a little gentle push. Yeah, you're not actually trying to knock them over, but yeah,
Well, you're building trust. Up
That's
until
it.
the point, so
Nice.
Yeah.
hopefully you're
You're there.
yeah,
reassuring yourself that you have the strength to do it. Really.
exactly. Yeah. So that's that. Will I re-record that so that I can introduce that you do that first, and then we can edit it so that it's
Well, I
in front.
think right now let's
Do the airplane.
airplane one from scratch.
Perfect.
As if you just.
Okay.
You're happy to go for the airplane, are you? Yeah.
Perfect.
Let's go with what we know.
Yeah.
to do.
Okay. So then the last pose that I have done before in acro yoga or partner yoga is the airplane. So you definitely need 3 people for this one. So the base, the flyer, and the spotter. And I'd explained to the kids that the spotter is the most important person because they're the one making sure that the flyer is safe. So the base needs to be really, really strong. So I'll come into the base. Fantastic. And then, Lisa, whenever you're ready, I'm going to put my feet kind of halfway between the upper thigh and the belly, just so that I'm not pushing my feet into her belly. Does that feel comfortable?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to extend my arms out nice and straight, keeping my arms straight and strong the whole time. Laura's being the spotter, and she's coming in front of where Lisa's shoulders will be. Okay. So I'm going to have my hands out like this. You'll interlace your hands like that so that they're stronger rather than interlacing with fingers interlocked so that it's easier to get out of. Okay, so your fingers coming here. Yeah. Perfect. Now, nice straight body and bring your weight into me. Sending your weight all the way into me, into my feet, sending all of the weight there. And I'm going to start to kick you up. Straighten your arms if you can. Fantastic. Well done. And do you want to get down off of that? You look a little bit. You can come down. You're slightly sideways. We're getting tireder. It's coming to the end of the day. Okay, so fantastic. Then straighten your body and bring your weight into me. Fantastic. Oh. Yeah, we'll come down. We didn't get it that time. Okay, so first bring your weight into my feet so that my legs I can just lie onto me, and then I'll push you up. Fantastic. Can you straighten your arms? Or do you want to come down off of that?
It's wobbly.
Yeah, let's come down.
Yeah.
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 Yeah? I think it's that we're tired. That's it. Pretty
Are
much.
you tired as well? Do you
No, I'm okay.
It's different.
It's different sensations. So first I need to feel into your weight. So don't put any weight into my arms yet. So you just put your low body weight into me. Fantastic. Now I'm going to start pushing you up. So lean into me fully. And I'm going to start. Whoo. No worries. Okay. All of your weight of your body into me. And I'd say that's at an uncomfortable part of your body. No? Okay. Let's try again. Okay. Weight into my legs. And then I'm going to kick you up. Fantastic. Can you straighten your arms? Straighten your arms. Fantastic. Woo! So, forward a little bit more. Yeah. So, that was great spotting, Laura, because your hands were underneath her shoulders all the time. But yeah, thank you.
And it would be that I would be pushing her back onto her feet.
Yeah.
If you were going sideways, or because we did this earlier today, and you were like a plank, you were dead straight, whereas now it's later, and you were wobblier.
Mm-hmm.
So in Lisa's body, it was this kind of a movement.
Yeah.
In your body, it was kind of this kind of a movement. And if you
Yeah.
come up too far, I was nervous about you throwing yourself forward. So either way, I would have been pushing you back to your feet.
Yeah.
So your feet would have been under you, and you'd have landed on your feet. And from your point of view, your back,
My back.
feeling nice and strong and safe.
Yeah.
Because
I
she's
was
strong
grand.
in her.
Yeah.
So it's her big leg.
Yeah.
Big leg muscles that are.
But I must mention that actually, that you'll see a lot of the kids when they start to struggle, they'll start to lift up and try and use their core to catch the person like that. You need to explain to them that they need to be completely flat, head stays on the ground the entire time so that they don't get injured.
Which is where your spot is going to come in to get them out of that situation.
Yeah.
This person does not feel like they have to do it.
Yeah.
They are literally the table, literally the place.
That's it, yeah. That's it. So they are all the acro yoga or partner yoga poses that I have taught before. So yeah, then I'd end the class with a little shavasana. So will we like a shavasana, guys? It's only a very short one. Okay, so how are we feeling, everybody? Tired? Yeah? Okay, so the last part of our yoga practice, like I said earlier, is we start off the same way that we finish. So I'll invite you to lie down. And as you're lying here, if you can't hear what I'm saying, don't try to lift your head to hear me. Just relax yourself completely. What I'm saying is probably not going to be that important, so you can ignore me. Okay, and like earlier, taking as much movement as you need. So this part of our class, the Sanskrit name for it is called Shavasana. And it's, in my opinion, the most important part of our yoga class because it's where our body gets to rest and all of the goodness of all of the movement and activity that we've done, all of the breath work as well that we've done, gets fully absorbed into the body. Also on a physical level, it's just allowing our breath to slow back down to its usual pace and our heart rate slows back down to its usual pace as well. And Shavasana is really, really difficult to do sometimes because you have to be in complete silence and we're not used to that. So it's a mental challenge after all of the physical challenge we've had from our movement practice. So just noticing your breath, allowing it to slow down and steady. And if your mind starts to wander, if you start to get distracted, that is perfectly okay. That's perfectly normal. But I'll invite you to maybe just focus on your breath if that does happen, and even saying the words inhale, exhale in your head. And we're not going to be here for too long. We're just going to spend a couple of minutes in silence, resting. Well done, everybody. Maybe noticing your breath again. Start to notice any sounds you can hear And like at the start, we have been lying down for a couple of minutes, so we're going to be really gentle with ourselves in coming back up. So first, maybe bringing some movement into your fingers, your toes, wrists and ankles. Maybe you want to start turning your head from side to side. Maybe you want to hug your knees into your chest. That can be really nice, especially after all of the movement we did on our spine. And I'm going to invite everybody to maybe roll onto one side if that feels comfortable in your body, and spend a moment or two there. And over the next few moments, moving with respect for your body, with love for your body, finding your way back to a comfortable seat. Taking your time, we're in no rush whatsoever, we have lots of time. And if you've heard about yoga before, maybe you know the word namaste, or maybe you've heard people chanting the word om. To finish our yoga practice today, I like to say the words Om Shanti, which is just an offering of peace. But if you do not feel comfortable doing that, then you can just finish by saying thank you. So let's take a deep breath in. Raise our arms up overhead, bring our hands to touch. I like to bring my thumbs to my third eye point, which is in between my eyebrows. Just bringing some gratitude into my thoughts. Gently bringing my thumbs to my lips, allowing gratitude to flow out through my words, and gently bringing the thumbs to the chest in what we call Anjali Mudra, allowing gratitude to fill up our hearts. And if you'd like to, if it feels appropriate for you to do so, I'll invite you to bow and say the words Om Shanti. Thank you very much.